Good evening, everybody. Is everyone ready? Okay. Today we wanted to hold a press conference concerning the investigation that initiated as a missing person involving Nathan Millard. First, I want to start by asking our community to lift the family of Nathan Millard up in prayer, and that we're sorry for their loss. And we understand the emotions and the trauma that this tragedy has presented to the family. We wanted to provide this update because we understand the public's interest in these investigations and the desire to want information immediately. I want to remind the public that these investigations take time, and it's a process. The Baton Rouge Police Department first received a missing person report on February 23rd, 2023, concerning Mr. Millard. This investigation was assigned to our Special Victims Unit Missing Persons Division, who immediately began an investigation. Mr. Millard's body was discovered on Monday, March 6, 2023, in the 2900 block of Scenic Highway. On today, the EBR Coroner's Office released a preliminary report that states as follows. On March 7, 2023, an autopsy was conducted on the remains of Nathan Millard, 42 years old. The preliminary results are as follows. No evidence of internal or external trauma noted. The final autopsy results, pending further studies, including toxicology testing. The cause of death and manner of death are pending completion of the final autopsy report. If you have any questions concerning the autopsy, please contact the EBR Parish Coroner's Office at 225-389-3047. I want to reassure the public that our detectives and our police officers have worked diligently to trace Mr. Millard's whereabouts and to interview all persons who were in contact with him, as well as witnesses, as well as gathering all video evidence that was available. I'm going to ask our VCU commander, Captain Kevin Hines, to provide the public with a timeline as well as information concerning our investigative efforts. I want to say this before Captain Hines comes up. We dedicated many resources, and we still are, investigating this ongoing investigation. Our training academy, our special victims unit, our homicide division, our street crime unit. There's been many searches that have been completed throughout this investigation. So we have been working behind the scenes around the clock since this investigation began. Now I'm going to ask Captain Hines to provide the timeline and information concerning our investigative efforts.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. Just want to go over a couple of things that were discovered during the course of our investigation. There are going to be some details that I'm going to leave out for the fact that we are still investigating how Mr. Millard ended up where he did and what happened between the time he was last seen and the time that his remains were located. So the report was made on the 23rd, early that morning, about Mr. Millard being missing. Our detectives immediately began to investigate. They were able to determine that at about 10:30 p.m. the night prior, Mr. Millard left an establishment downtown. We were able to track his movements by using the surveillance equipment available at local businesses in the area. We discovered that he went to the Greyhound bus station on Florida Boulevard approximately an hour after he left the downtown establishment. At the bus station, he was actually offered help by a security guard at that location, which he declined. The security guard offered to call him a ride, offered to get him an Uber, to call the police for him. He didn't appear to be in distress. She just felt as though he was out of place. He declined that offer, and he left there under his own accord. He was seen throughout the next several hours. We were able to track him to several different businesses in the Baton Rouge area, and he was last seen, the last location that we were able to put him at was about 4:30 on Wednesday morning. We are talking to anyone who has had contact with him that we can find. We are currently asking that if anybody did have any contact with him during that time or after, that they reach out to the Baton Rouge Police Department. They can call Crime Stoppers at 344-7867. That's 344-STOP. And give the information to us that they're aware of what Mr. Millard's activities were, or where he was, or who he was with around that time. We're interested to talk to anybody who may have had any sort of interaction with him whatsoever during that time.
You're just listening in there to officials in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as they were talking about this missing person that was this Georgia man found dead there very recently after going missing. Following this very, very closely here on Live Now from Fox. And we continue in here.